if you bought the cheapest thing known to man and expect it to work, it's going to be tough in a competitive market. Hey there, Nolan Walker here with Plumbing Webmasters. Today's topic is plumbing website templates. Do they still ruin your SEO in 2024? So most of the time, these are not good. If you have a template long time ago, they were horrible. They're still bad. If you bought the cheapest thing known to man and expect it to work, it's going to be tough in a competitive market. Now, it's better to have put up something than nothing at all. So I don't hate on that fact at all. If somebody's a plumber, so I don't have much money, Nolan, so I went on to GoDaddy or Wix or Duda and I made my own website. It's like, hey, that's great. I'm glad that you got it. Hopefully you got it on a .com, meaning not a subdomain like, plumber, ABC plumbing Weebly or something like that. You don't want to have it as a subdomain. That's really bad. Or the old Google business sites. They got rid of them. In fact, Google got rid of them. It was ABC plumber Google business sites or something.com. So you do not want to have a subdomain. That's not a real domain. You want to have your own URL. It can be .net or .com or whatever, but your own URL. Side note on URLs, make sure you get it in your own name. Put it on a GoDaddy or Google account and you control it. That's a good start for you to control your brand. If you get a cheap website, though, good, better than nothing. You want a cheap website up before you want no website up, because the longer it takes for you to establish your digital brand with Google, the longer it'll take for you to show up online. So you want to put any hand forward, any foot forward's better than no foot forward. You want to step forward and say, hey, Google, I'm here. Please recognize my plumbing company. Can you send me a postcard so I can validate an address? I'd like to connect a .com to the website button on my Google business profile and begin to get reviews connected to a cheap website. That is better than nothing, but if you want it to begin to compete, then you'll need to change that website to a WordPress site is most ideal, and it'll work with things like data pins, and you can automatically make pages and tag jobs out in the field where they are located. So your branded signaling can start with something cheap, but if you want to compete for Pack 3 mapping, show up in mapping, compete against the top dogs in town, if it's got any more than 50,000, 100,000 people in it, you're probably going to have to come swinging and bring some sort of heat that can compete in a marketplace. And let's talk about it just for a minute as to why. Nobody wants to see the cheapest website known to man. Nobody wants to see the most basic thing there is. It's a poor user experience. That's for starters. On top of that, it does not have the code base behind the scenes to optimize as well. It lacks the schema code. The mere structure that allowed you to program it yourself restricted other things so that somebody wouldn't mess up stuff. They had basically little tunnels of where you could and couldn't work within there. Those other things that could have been messed up are the optimization points, much of it. So when that code is set up for anybody to go in and make the website, it typically strips a lot of the uniqueness away. That is part of SEO. So not only is it too plain, it also does not have the code base and things within it. When you work inside WordPress, it's built with the most things that can work with it. Things like data pins, we can actually create a page of content. Some of these other things are so confining that a third party cannot produce a page of content on it. So you cannot interact with it because it's complicated and it'll get messed up. So it's a more complicated process. But when you have a digital marketing agency and you have a WordPress site, you can basically partake in anything that the web has to offer and work on anything, plug in anything, and it's just much more robust than something that's made for the masses to make a simple website. So anyway, you want to be careful about it. Don't have any shame in moving forward. I applaud you if you have a website up that's basic. It is better than having not done it. And if you have time between now and calling Plumbing Webmasters and getting professional services set up for WordPress design, proper setup, and integration with datapins.com. In the meantime, no shame. Keep that cheap site up. Do not let it go dead, because that's the beginning of the relationship of your handshake with Google. We're here. we hung a shingle. We're glad to be here, and start getting reviews to your Google business profile. Understand that this is not all of it, and you can move forward, but you will begin a good relationship and you will get some points from Google. So having a cheap website and getting reviews is better than having no website and getting reviews, or not having a GBP to get reviews on in the first place. Hang up the shingle, call Google. You just set up, verify my address with Google, my Google business profile, GBP. They will send you a postcard. There's different rules and regulations whether you can use your house or not, but definitely not a P.O. box. And then they will verify the location. You might have to jump through some hoops. If you want this stuff done, we help walk you through all of this. And as soon as you can afford to do proper marketing, do proper marketing, because the benefits on the other side of proper marketing are huge. And if you don't get benefits right now because you don't do proper marketing, but you have a cheap.com website set up to your Google business profile and you verified it, have faith that that will return. Do not let that thing sit there. Do not let it just sit there and linger. I know somebody that had a business up for like online for like 23 years, like before, the whole time online. And they had like 17 Google reviews. It is crazy. And they've done lots of jobs, but they had 17 Google reviews. And it's just a travesty. It's a shame. So you want to have everything set up. Cheap is okay to start with. You'll polish it off later. And the digital branded signaling is what you're supposed to do. If I had to give you any advice, digital branded signaling is what it is. That's your business. Your business is proper, without cheating. Digital branded signaling to Google will propel your plumbing company further than you could ever imagine if you just understand that one thing. It is your job to champion your digital brand so that Google, Bing, ChatGPT can see what's happening. That's what's going to carry your business forward. Start cheap website, and move forward, and have faith that your digital branded signaling, once coupled with proper basic high-end things, it will get into ranking. Guys, when you're ready, call us here at Plumbing Webmasters. We look forward to seeing you.